YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Blondie coming at you with my first ever YouTube video. Today we're pretty much just going to go over some simple stream screens that you guys anybody with any level of expertise in Photoshop can do pretty much. Whether you're a novice, just beginning, a little intermediate, or if you're an expert level designer, obviously you probably know most of these things, but maybe you'll get something out of it. So like I said, welcome to my first ever YouTube video, and hopefully this helps out a little bit. My links to all my socials are in my description, and I do stream on Twitch, and that will also be in the description. I just do client work over there and just kind of relax and chill with you guys. So I'd like to meet you guys, but without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so this is pretty much what you're going to do. You're going to start with a new kind of layer and do create new or file new, and then do a width of 1920 by 1080p with 300 pixels as kind of like the resolution. Then you're going to go down to this the color fill. It's kind of like the little moon icon on the bottom. But I kind of already have like this color fill, and this is the hex code that I use. So if you guys just want to copy it, you can, but you guys feel free to use pretty much whatever that you want. And I also found this kind of like blocky background as well. And then what I'm gonna do now is, since I grouped them together by pressing Ctrl G, and then I'm gonna lock that layer, so whatever we do on top of it, it really doesn't move. Then I do go to a new text layer, and I just do the stream or the starting text. Then next what I'm going to do is create another new text layer and just say stream, and size that up a little bit by pressing Control T, and put it kind of honestly wherever that you want. I'm going to put it right there. And then what I'm going to do now is double clicking on the T icon and then going up, and I'm going to make it kind of like a golden orange color. And then next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of create this like little light behind the text. So what I did there is I pressed the little plus icon on the bottom right, go to my paintbrush tool, and then the color palette, and I did white. And then for the size you could do like around like 1000, and then the hardness you can do probably 0-ish. And then all you have to do is just click, and then you'll be able to create this light, and you can put the opacity to 25, a little like less than 25 is pretty much good wherever. Now what I'm going to do also is I'm going to go up to the lock button and lock that layer as well. And then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rectangle kind of on the left side. So what you can do is go to the shape tool and then just press rectangle. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill it in with kind of the yellow that we did for the starting text. So what I'm going to do is double click on that layer, and then just go to the eyedropper tool, and then just kind of hover over the starting text, and then click the same one. And then what I'm going to do is press Control and Alt on the stream starting text, and then just drag that up. And then I'm gonna kind of make this layer like the bluish kind of thing that we had, and then just make sure to put that above the rectangle. And if you guys do want to copy anything, if you guys hold down Alt and then just drag whatever layer that you want up, you can copy whatever over that you want. So I'm just gonna resize the starting thing and then put it kind of right about there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press and hold shift and select both of those layers and kind of just center it a little bit more. Just like that. That's probably around good. And then these assets that I got, all of them are in the Seso's Everything pack, which I'll link in the description. So what I'm going to do now is just go to the socials, and I just have Twitter and Instagram right there. So what I'm going to do is click on both the socials. I put them in a group by pressing Control G, and I'm just gonna go like in the center around there. What I'm gonna do now is kind of do this like little greater than sign. So you can do whatever font that you want, and then just create the little greater than sign. That's what I did kind of for this. And I think I had a little bit of troubles with kind of moving this layer since it was kind of small. Third time's a charm. There we go. Kind of put it in between that layer, make sure it's a little bit centered, and like I said, if you press and hold Alt and Shift, you can just drag that right over to the Instagram. So what I'm going to do now is create another new text layer and click the same exact text that I did kind of for the main text of the stream starting. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to put Twitter, and then I'm going to press and hold Alt and Shift, and then make sure that it's kind of centered, and then I'm just going to put Instagram. So there's pretty much the socials, and then what you can do, since everything's locked, all you have to do is hold down, excuse me, jeez, and then Control T, and then you can kind of just center that once again. And then what I'm gonna do now is go back into these assets layers that I got from Seso's Everything pack, and I'm just gonna add like kind of like a little X, you know, line, just for a little bit other dimensions. Oh, don't do that. Since this is kind of a small layer, you might want to zoom in, and then you can put it anywhere that you want. I'm going to put it kind of right above this stream starting thing right here, and then just press enter, and then like I said again, press and hold Alt and drag that up so you have a copy of it, and then press Command T, Command or Control T, and then you can move it pretty much wherever that you want. I'm also going to do another asset from the Seso's Everything pack. So what I'm gonna do now is I have like this little plus button that you guys can see kind of behind this starting text right here, and you're just gonna move them pretty much wherever that you want, honestly. So by pressing Alt, you can just move and copy these layers wherever that you want. There we go. Just move them up. You know, I'm just gonna do probably about 4 or so, just so it's like slightly clean. So there we go. And then what I'm gonna do now is just create another, go to the shape tool, and then just do another rectangle. And then I'm just gonna fill that rectangle kind of with the yellow that is going on with the whole entire theme so far. So you go up to you click on the shape tool, and then you go to the little color palette and just click on the stream starting screen, and then you're good to go, and just do like a little bit of more resizing that you want. So if you press and hold Shift and just select both those layers, you can just resize them kind of however you want, and then you can also just resize these socials as well. What helps me is if you put things in groups, so you can group these by pressing Control or Command G, and then you can just group them and resize them and just make sure it kind of looks good, put them up and down, and honestly that's probably good for the stream starting screen. And literally the stream ending screen is the same exact thing. So what you're gonna do is press and hold Shift and select all these layers, and then do Control G to make a group of them, and then hold Alt and drag up to make a whole new thing, a whole new group, and then just name it ending. And literally the only thing that you're gonna do, the only 2 things that you're gonna do with this one is change the starting text to ending, resize it a little bit, and put it pretty much to wherever you are, or to wherever you want it. Resize the socials a little bit. And what I forgot to do is, if you see the starting text on the left side there, I forgot to do that, but I'll go back at the end of the video and change that. You're gonna want to just do it for it to say ending. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a intermission screen. So what I like to do is, in the same exact thing, I like to just do the same thing. Hold Alt and drag up, and then create a whole new group. And then what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to hide both of these, the big text right here. So I have both of those, I group them together, and then I just hit it. And then what I think I do as well is I like to change and just move around these socials a little bit, kind of more on the right side, make them a little smaller maybe. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the Instagram or whatever social that you want kind of like below the layer. So what I'm gonna do is just hold, and then I'm just gonna drag it under so it's kind of like that. Make sure it's lined up a little bit, then you're good to go. And then Control T and put it over there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create kind of a rectangle layer. So you're gonna want to go to the top of your screen and go to the dotted rectangle over here. And what I forgot to do right now, I'm gonna go to Edit, Fill, and you see that I can't do it. You're gonna want to create a new layer with the plus button in the bottom left or bottom right, and then you're gonna go to Edit, Fill, and then you're gonna go to Contents Color, and then just press OK, and then Command D to deselect, and then there we go. And then all you have to do is resize it for kind of like your intermission screen or whatever screen that you want. And I believe that I forgot to also change the text on the left side. It still says starting, and what you're going to want to do is change that to intermission. And so I just created a new text layer here and just said intermission with the same exact colors that I did pretty much throughout the whole entire thing. And then just make sure to press Command T, size that up, and then just kind of put it right in the middle so it lines up well. Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is make sure that on the left side there where it says starting, and I forgot to change that, you're going to want to change it to ending and intermission depending on what screen you're on. And then you're going to want to hold or unlock all those layers, and then just group all of these together. And then now you have all of your screens. So now what I'm going to do is press and hold Alt, create a layer or create a copy of that layer, and then right click and go to Convert to Smart Object, wait for it to load a little bit, and then right click again and then rasterize layer. Then what you're gonna want to do now again is go back up to that dotted rectangle line, and then just hover over, press and hold your left mouse click, and just hover over and drag until that you fill kind of that gray. And then all you're going to want to do is press backspace. And what that's going to do is that's going to have the streamer, they can put pretty much whatever they want behind this screen since it's going to be transparent. And then there you go, you have all of your stuff. Just make sure to kind of change everything on that left side, you know, all the text on the left side. And I believe I'm gonna kind of do that now with the stream ending. And I kind of noticed that I forgot to change the text, so there we have the stream starting. Now, yep, here we go. I'm just gonna change the ending text here, make sure it says ending, and I believe that I forgot to do it on the intermission screen, but it's a pretty easy fix, and all you have to do is go into that layer and then just, you know, do the same exact process that you're doing right now. And so here we have the ending screen, here's the starting screen, ending screen, and then we have the transparent intermission screen with the socials and everything, and you're good to go. Alright guys, there you have it. Hopefully that was a pretty, you know, good video and you actually learned something. And if you do have any questions about it, any of the stream starting, stream ending, or the intermission screens, please leave it in the comments down below and I'll be sure to definitely comment back. Like I said before, I appreciate each and every one of you that tuned into this video. And like I said, the socials are going to be down in the description below, and I do stream on Twitch if you want to go over there and come chat with me. And like I said, I do client work over there, and I just like to kind of meet and talk with you guys. So without further ado, please hit the subscribe button, like, and comment if you do have any questions, and I'll be sure to answer your questions. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in. This is Blondie, and peace.